Inside you, right now, there is a second brain. It has about 100 million neurons, it makes its own decisions, and it influences your emotions more than you can imagine. And the craziest part? It's not in your head. Welcome to the Curiosity Gene, the channel that shows you the hidden science behind your own existence. Today, we're not talking about distant galaxies or quantum physics. We're talking about you, and the superpowers your body uses every second, without you even knowing it. Get ready, because after this video, you will never look at yourself the same way again. Let's start with that second brain. You experience its power every day. Have you ever felt butterflies in your stomach before a big presentation? Or had a gut feeling that a person just wasn't trustworthy? For centuries, we dismissed these as metaphors. But science now proves they are very, very real. This is your first superpower, the oracle within. Deep within your digestive system, your gut is lined with a vast network of neurons so complex that scientists officially call it the enteric nervous system. This isn't a metaphorical brain. It is literally a secondary command center. In fact, it produces over 90% of your body's serotonin. Let that sink in. The chemical that is most associated with happiness and well-being isn't primarily made in your head, it's made in your gut. This gut brain is constantly talking to your main brain through an information superhighway called the vagus nerve. But here is the mind-blowing plot twist. It's not a two-way street with equal traffic. About 90% of the signals don't travel from the brain down to the gut. They travel from the gut up to the brain. This means your gut is constantly whispering to your brain, influencing your mood, your stress levels, and even your complex decisions. From an evolutionary perspective, this makes perfect sense. For early humans, the gut was the first line of defense. It had to make critical life-or-death decisions. Is this berry poisonous? Is that water safe? Long before our sophisticated thinking brain evolved. So that gut feeling is a message from your ancient intuitive self. It's a chemical oracle, and learning to listen to it is a true superpower. Ready for the next one? Let's try a quick experiment. Close your eyes. Now, without peeking, I want you to clap your hands together behind your back. Go ahead. Try it. Done? Most of you probably managed it, or got very close. But stop and think about how incredible that is. You couldn't see your hands. You couldn't hear them moving. So how did your brain know exactly where they were in three-dimensional space? You were using your second superpower, the ghost sense. Scientists call it proprioception. It's the silent, invisible sixth sense that allows your brain to know the position and movement of every part of your body without looking. In every muscle, tendon, and joint, you have millions of tiny sensors that are constantly streaming data to your brain, creating a live, invisible map of yourself. It's the reason you can walk up a flight of stairs in the dark, type on a keyboard without looking down, or bring a fork to your mouth without stabbing yourself in the cheek. It is the operating system for movement. We take it completely for granted, but what happens when it's gone? There's a famous case of a man named Ian Waterman who lost his sense of proprioception due to a rare virus. Overnight, his body became a stranger to him. If he didn't look at his legs, he would fall. If he wasn't watching his arm, he wouldn't know where it was. He had to spend years painstakingly relearning how to move, using only his eyes to guide his limbs as if they were puppets. His story is a powerful reminder that we are all walking around with a ghost-like awareness, a sixth sense that holds our physical world together. We've explored the gut and the body. For our last superpower, let's return to the mind. Have you ever been reading a book and you suddenly realize you've been scanning the same page for 3 minutes without absorbing a single word? Or you get in the shower and your mind just drifts away? You start thinking about a conversation from yesterday, then plan your weekend, then you imagine a completely fictional scenario. Most of us call this zoning out, and we often feel guilty about it. But science has discovered this isn't a bug in your brain's software. It is one of its most powerful features. This is your third superpower, the mind's time machine. When your brain isn't focused on a specific external task, it doesn't just go quiet. It activates a powerful network of brain regions called the default mode network. Think of it as your brain's creative screensaver. But this screensaver isn't just showing random patterns. It's doing some of its most important work. While in this mode, your brain organizes memories, connects seemingly unrelated ideas, and most importantly, it runs simulations. It travels back in time to learn from your past mistakes, and it travels into the future to prepare for upcoming events. That argument you're replaying in your head, that's your brain trying to figure out a better strategy for next time. That future vacation you're planning, your brain is running simulations to maximize enjoyment and minimize stress. This is the source of the eureka moment. The great chemist Auguste Kekulé famously figured out the ring structure of benzene after daydreaming about a snake eating its own tail. Your brain solves problems in the background when you let it wander. So, the next time you catch yourself daydreaming, don't feel guilty. You're not being lazy. You're firing up your own internal time machine, and it's one of the most powerful, creative, and problem-solving tools you possess. So, let's recap. You don't just have one brain. You have an oracle within you. You don't just have 5 senses. You have a ghost sense guiding your every move. And when you think you're doing nothing, your brain is actually activating a time machine. Your body is not just a vehicle, it's a universe of scientific wonders, an ecosystem of silent superpowers working for you at every moment. And the best part is that science is now giving us the keys to understand them. Which of these superpowers shocked you the most? The chemical oracle in your gut? The ghost sense that guides your body? Or the time machine in your mind? I truly want to know. Write it down in the comments below. If you want to continue this journey to discover the secrets hidden in our bodies and in the universe, do one simple thing. Subscribe to the Curiosity Gene and hit the notification bell. It's the only way to not miss the next adventure. By the way, have you ever wondered why a beautiful piece of music can give you goosebumps? It's not just an emotion, it's a glitch in our evolutionary code, an ancient survival reaction that we've repurposed for art. But that is a story for the next video.